All right, let's quickly go over how to add accounts payable vendors. From the main accounts payable menu, let's go into vendor maintenance. Obviously, you can export it to Excel spreadsheet and get reports. Let's go into vendor maintenance again to add some stuff. Okay, so here's the main screen. What you want to do is click right here and just hit the add button. So now I'm going to hit the enter key, and the computer's going to be putting me in an add mode so I could add as many as I wish after this here. Now let's just go over some of the fields. Vendor number. If you're converting from an older system and you're very accustomed to just typing in vendor numbers and you know them by heart, then you can key in the vendor number that you're used to using. If not, you can just hit the enter key and the computer will just assign a random number. In this system, you can look things up by obviously the number, but most people look it up by name and things like that. So let's hit the enter key. I'm going to let the computer do it. Now, there's a field here, sort and name. You can sort it by alpha, which will look at that alpha field, and you can sort it by name, which will look at the name field. They obviously could be different. If you leave it blank, it'll put in the last name into that alpha field. So that's up to you. Category is strictly for running reports. There are some customers that want to list maybe, hey, let me list all my fixed expenses. Let me list all my utility bills. It's strictly for reporting. Name is self-explanatory. And obviously your addresses. And now, when you get to city and state, it's probably easy to just hit the enter key twice. When you key in the zip code, it'll automatically fill it in. Telephone number, same thing. You do not need to type in dashes. Dealer number, obviously, if it's a manufacturer, you want to put the dealer number in. Contact, obviously, you can feel that field in. These are the fields that are quite important. Terms. What's the normal term? They want to get paid in 30 days. Now this field here, auto deduction, if this is a vendor that you normally pay by an auto deduction, you can click on that. All that really does is when you are making payments, and you'll see that when you're making the payments, is it defaults to auto deduction. You can change it anytime you want, vice versa. So namely, it could be somebody you normally send a check to, but now you want to do an auto deduction. But this just makes the default, so it makes it easy for you. So you know, hey, look, normally we pay this guy online, and it's just an auto deduction. We're not writing a check for this particular manufacturer or vendor. General ledger number. Obviously, we're not going over general ledger right now. That gets a lot more extensive, and that'll be in another video. If you do know the account number and it's just one, you can key it in. If it's a multi-post code, well, there again, we'll be going over general ledger at another date. Discount. If this is a vendor that gives you a discount if you prepay, or discount if you pay within a certain amount of terms, there again, you can put in, okay, if I pay within 15 days of the date of the invoice, I'm going to get 10% discount. So that's all I really need to do at this particular point. Notice that the cursor is down here automatically. All I really need to do is hit the enter key, and now that is added. Now, I'm in my add mode, you can see up here. So if I hit the enter key and I just want to add 10 or 15 of them all at the same time, I hit the enter key. There again, I can key something in here. I can key something in here. New vendor. And there again, you would key in all the appropriate fields. Now, there is one other thing. Okay, you may look at the screen and say, okay, this is nice, but I want to have one place where I can just look at and get all the information that I need, who I need to contact if it's a sales question, who I need to contact if it's a warranty question. For every data file we have what we call a user-defined template. So I'm going to click here, and I can do that at any point in time, at the beginning or at the end, but right now I'll just do it right in the middle here. And so this is something that you can set up yourself, and I will show you at the end of this video how to do that. But so for example, if I need to call the salesperson, in here would be the sales contact number, who I need to talk to, what the extension is, who I need to talk to for warranty, who I need to talk to for a billing question. If I want to actually tie a website, maybe I want to be able to get on their website. Now, if you're doing these things like these keywords, like image, video, files, they work a little bit differently. If I click on something that says link, it allows me to copy and paste and put the website right in here, and it'll just drop it in. Same thing with email ad. If I could hit email, pretty much go into my email server, I can copy and paste the actual email that I want to tie in there. If you're doing like in this case, I've got files, or you can do videos, or you can do images. In this case, maybe there's a contract. I want to attach it, so I have a copy of it. I can just, when you click on it, it'll automatically bring up a Windows dialog box. You can pick whatever you want to pick if you wish, and we're not going to pick anything here, and we're not going to pick any contact, and it'll automatically attach that here. So there again, I'll show you how to actually set this up at the end of this video. And so now we've added a couple of new contracts. I'm just going to hit F4 to add, and let me finish doing this here, or maybe we just added that in. So you can add as many as you wish, and there again, it's very simple. Type in name, type in your zip code, and your terms. And there again, it's just 30 days. We're not going to go over general ledger. There again, this is important. If you do get discounts, put it in, because the system will give you encouragement. It'll help you get your discounts. And then you hit F4, and now that's added. Now when you need to look something up, you can look it up a couple different ways. I can click right here. And there again, if I just type in the letter, automatically, it's a standard Windows drop-down. The ones that we just added, obviously, are right over here. But I can click on any of these things here. There's that new vendor that we just added, and hit my Enter key. And if I need to change something, notice that the Add button is gone, and we're in a change mode. And so I can go in and change anything I want, and now I have to hit the change mode. Or if I want to change something in my user-defined, I'd click here and change something in my user-defined change. That's one way to look things up. Another way to look things up is this here. Go back here. I can do a lookup. And now it's going to look it up. I can look it up by account number. I can look it up by name. I can look up by keyword. And there again, it's just going to type in. Now when you're looking up by keyword, it looks at everything. It looks at the user-defined record. It looks at anything. So if you had a name of a sales contact and you're looking for that particular person, you could type in a name, and it'll tell you what vendor that name is in. Then once you find it, you click it's here. Okay. So let's go over looking at that user-defined template. How would you set that up? I'm going to go into Workstation System Options. I went back to my main menu for Accounts Payable. I'm going into right here, Update User-Defined. And this is what you're looking at. And so you could add as many things that you would want. You tell it what you want to keep track of here. And there again, these are our keywords. If you want to attach a website, you need to have the word link. When you're doing websites and things like that, you sometimes may want to use 3 lines, because websites sometimes can be very extensive. Same thing with email addresses. And you just hit change. If you want to add multiple pages, maybe you want to add 2 or 3 pages, you can add more pages by just hitting add. It'll add a second page, third page. You can have as many pages as you want. So this is kind of like endless. You can tell it everything you want to keep track of. Now you have one place that you can go to find anything you want about that particular vendor. Okay, if you have any other questions at all, just call support. And we will be doing another another video extensively on the general ledger part of it.